Hey all, I'm Nina Roberti. I am an animal communicator, intuitive, energy healer, and Reiki master. And this is my co-creator, Bailey, who is trying to take a nap, and I'm hoping that he stays on this video with me. But I am grateful for him to have chosen me to be his guardian, as he keeps me very present, keeps my heart open, grounded, and brings so much joy into my life. Anyway, so I have been doing a few videos on the clairs, which is clear, and it's how we receive information into our energetic being and into our field. So there is clairvoyant, which is clear seeing, clairaudient, which is clear hearing, clairsentient, clear sensing or feeling, and claircognizant, which is clear knowing. And that is the video that I'm working on today. Going to just be sharing information about clear knowing. That is our divine intelligence. It's our wisdom. It's our knowledge of our soul, possibly maybe past lives or our higher self, or just our knowing that we are connected divinely to source and we receive these downloads. It may be snippets of information, but it's how we process this stuff and just bring it in, and we just know. You know, there were circumstances, I'm sure there's situations that you all of a sudden, you just know. Like, you know, when someone is telling you a story, you know what they're gonna say. Or when you're watching a movie, you know the ending, or you know the outcome as to what's gonna go on. That is claircognizant, which is your divine knowing, it's your inner knowing. You know, you kind of know who someone is. I mean, someone that's claircognizant has a good sense of people. They have just a good judgment of them. You know, they know who they are. You know, people that are claircognizant are usually good at puzzles, they are good at research, they have a good memory, or they can just pull information from kind of out of nowhere, but it's not really out of nowhere, right? You're kind of like, am I making that up? But you're not making it up. You just know. You know, I remember, God, it was probably like 30 years ago now that I was with friends, and I had just broken up with a guy I was seeing, and they wanted to go out, my friends, and I, for some reason, the place they wanted to go to, I was like, for some reason, I just kind of know that my ex was gonna be there. And they were like, Nina, he's not gonna be there. Like, he's never, he doesn't go there. Sure enough, we go, and I was like, fine. Sure enough, we go, and 5 minutes, guess who walks in the door? Yes, my ex. You know, it's just this knowing that you receive these pieces of information, and they're just downloads, and you just know. It is having faith. It is that strong inner knowing. Like, I've always just have faith that things will work out the way that they do. I have moved many different times to many different states, and things have always just worked out. I always have this knowing that I just have faith, because I am connected. I'm in alignment with my soul, so that it is divine. You're connected to source. You're connected to divine. So I have this strong faith and knowing that things will always work out. Everything lines in divine. It just lines up, you know. But you have that, and so that's kind of basically also manifesting, right? When you have that strong knowing, and that you know things are going to happen, you can already vision it. You already have the feeling, which, like claircognizant, it ties in to all the other clairs, right? So you have a vision, which is clairvoyant. You just have that feeling, which is clairsentient, that you know things are gonna happen. You know that it's gonna line up for you exactly the way it's going to. People that are claircognizant usually are very good at puzzles, which I love doing puzzles, especially since a kid. I mean, now we don't really have much time for it, right? But it's good at doing puzzles. They are good at research. A lot of times they have a good memory. You know, they know the outcome of things, right? They know how the story's gonna end. They know how the person telling the story, what's gonna come out of their mouth. Or it's kind of like, you know, someone's like, well, I knew that. I knew that was gonna happen. Or you knew that was the ending, or whatever the case is. You know, maybe someone was gonna get married, or maybe someone was gonna get divorced, whatever, but you knew it, because it's that inner knowing. You believe, you have that strong faith, right? Which is amazing. It's like people that are Christians or very religious, right? They have that strong faith. But it amazes me that they have a strong faith in religion, but yet they don't have a strong faith in their own divine knowing, right? It's your inner knowing, it's your soul. So there are many, many ways to kind of exercise or really enhance your your claircognizant, your inner knowing. You know, as I always say, like, you can just do affirmations saying that I am claircognizant. I am my inner knowing. I am wisdom. You know, it's like you can do affirmations and just keep saying that I am claircognizant. I am strong in my belief. I trust my knowing, my inner knowing. Because we are connected to source. We are connected to the divine creator. You know, and just make sure that your knowing is all in the highest light, because as we are knowing that it's, you know, there's a lot going on out there. But, you know, let's say, are you the type of person that gets furniture and you just put it together? Like maybe you go to IKEA or somewhere and you get like, I don't know, maybe a bedside table or whatever the case is, the furniture. You just put it together, right? You don't look at the instructions, which I don't look at the instructions half the time. I don't know who did those instructions, but I think they were standing upside on top of their head or something, because they're always backwards. But you know how to put things together. You just have that inner knowing, right? And that is claircognizant. People that are claircognizant are probably, they have really good hunches, right? Because you receive an automatic download. You also are usually at the right place at the right time. A lot of people that are claircognizant are usually very prepared because they already have that knowing, that they already have anticipation of what it is that they need that's going to happen. So they are very well prepared. They're probably like Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts, or, you know, I was a brownie, but that was about it for girls. When you're a claircognizant, you a lot of times may get premonitions. You know, I have premonitions through dreams. Like I think I've mentioned before in a video that I keep a dream journal. And when my dad passed away the day before Father's Day, 2 years prior to him passing, I had a dream that it was the exact same scenario. That it was the day before Father's Day and we were in the hospital and we were saying our goodbyes. So that is clear knowing. It is claircognizant. Do you just receive inspirations or just ideas kind of randomly out of the blue? Well, usually it's usually not out of the blue, but it seems like it's out of the blue. That is claircognizant. It is a download and you are receiving this from the divine creator or your higher self, which is claircognizant. You know, a lot of people that are claircognizant are fast movers. They are fast thinkers. They, you know, as I had said earlier, they know what people are going to say. And I know for me, a mentor of mine, oh my goodness, a long, long time ago told me that it would be a challenge for me to be here on earth because I move so quickly. You know, she's like, you move so quickly and you're used to manifesting things so quickly that being here on earth is going to be very dense. It's going to be a challenge. And it has been a challenge, but I think that's what my soul is here to experience, because we're here to experience things on this earth plane. But it is for me to become fully grounded into my body, which my lovely little Bailey assists me every day. And because I move quickly, I talk quickly, and I need to slow down. The people that are fast thinkers, fast movers are usually claircognizant because it just comes in like that. And we just move and you move quickly. But we do need to, or I do especially, learn to become very present. Or, I mean, you can be very present and move quickly because we just move at a faster rate. But to kind of become very embodied in our body, in our physical being, so that you are able to just kind of flow through life. And being claircognizant, you do flow through life because you just have faith. You have a strong inner knowing, and that faith will always happen in your highest and best, and that things will work out the way they're supposed to and for you. You know, there are different ways that you can enhance or practice your claircognizant. You know, you can just sit and get quiet. I mean, I do a lot of meditation. I do a lot of get quiet. Of course, because when I'm doing sessions, I just clear the space and make sure that I am encapsulated in a protected, safe space of the highest light. But also, there are different questions you can ask. You can use, like, there are tools like oracle cards. Oh my goodness, I started using oracle cards 25 years ago, and I would just pull and say, what do I need to know for today? It is crazy how it is always very accurate. I mean, I used to go to places and we would pull cards and, you know, people would be like, oh my goodness, can you do a reading for me? You know, and I was pulling cards. And for me, it's just like, oh my goodness, you know, you're just pulling cards. You know, you're just the facilitator of it or the conduit. And people would pull the cards and would be amazing as to how accurate it was. But, you know, you can sit and, you know, ask, what do you need to know? And the more and more that you practice, the more and more that you will receive that download. You will receive the answer or upload, however you want to say it, and you will have that knowing. You know, there are other tools that will help validate. Like I know I do a lot of dowsing and muscle testing, but those are yes and no answers. So the more and more you practice and receiving and confident in your claircognizant and your inner knowing, you can dowse or muscle test and say, is that accurate? And that receives a yes or a no. And you'll already know that answer, but it is just a confirmation. So that kind of just assists you or to build up your confidence the more and more that you practice. When you do ask questions, make sure that you are grounded and centered, because I know with dowsing or muscle testing, we are very powerful beings. So we can manipulate that. Just like anything else, we can manipulate the outcome that we want. You know, and our soul does not necessarily, you know, what we want, it may not be necessarily what we need. Our soul may need something else than besides what I want. So we always receive what our soul needs and not necessarily what we want, which is a very, very good thing to remember as you're walking through life. So hopefully this video was helpful on claircognizant, which is our clear knowing. It is our divine intelligence. It's our downloads that we receive, and that we have faith and knowing that it is our wisdom and our knowledge of our soul. So when you are moving in this earth plane as an energetic being, trust in the messages and as to how you receive it. Trust in your knowing, because we are powerful beings. So please subscribe to my channel, like and share, and go get into nature. Have a wonderful day, raise your vibration, and I will see you on the next video.